to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Who You With Kurt. I'm M. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. I'm M. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, though. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome. I'm M. Welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm in. Welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm in. Welcome to Speak on it. Welcome to Speak on it. I'm in. Welcome to Speak. Welcome to Speak. I'm in. 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 I'm in. Who You With Kurt, dog? Welcome to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt, dog. I'm him. Who You With Kurt, dog. Want to welcome everyone out here. Welcome to the show. It's Monday night. Man, seems like it's already Wednesday or Thursday or something. I don't know. Hopefully y'all had a great day today. And on tonight's show, we're going to talk about early voting. Most states have started today. And we're also going to talk about the first day of the Supreme Court confirmation for Amy Barrett. Mark Meadows, welcome to the show, T-Cal. Thank you for always supporting the show. Stay ready for some more great talk. I appreciate it. Then we're also going to talk about Lindsey Graham. I'm going to talk about him also. And then, there's a circus going on in Florida. Trump holding his first rally after getting out the hospital for 1 week, a week ago today. So we're going to talk about that tonight also. So most states have started early voting today. I believe Georgia is one of the major ones. And looking at the reports, there's long lines. So please be patient. This is not going to be an election where you could just go in and out real quick. It's not going to be that easy. So you have to be patient. But definitely be prepared to wait. So just keep your patient. Make sure you're wearing your mask. And be prepared for it. Here in Texas, we start tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. The polls open up. So we need to start going out to vote, letting our voice be heard, and be patient. Be patient. I seen one person posted this morning out of Georgia that said some guy came out, said he's a poll watcher, but he's not an official poll watcher, and they was having computer errors, but they have it fixed now. Well, first of all, if you're not an official poll watcher, why are you there? So that's some of the challenges we are gonna have going into the polling place, because some people, they're gonna try you. They're gonna try some certain people. They're gonna try to intimidate some people. So just be patient. Go in and do what you have to do. And if you have any problems at the poll, definitely reach out to your Secretary of State or your local voting official, and I will find that number and put it up for you, where you can actually report it. They will have people on standby if there's any problem at the polls. So definitely do not hesitate. um, about contacting them if it's a problem. If they saying it's a computer error, whatever it is, make sure you call and report it. Legit calls, don't be Karens. But if you having problems at the polls, as for they trying to keep you from voting, saying the computers are down, call and report it. Call and report it, and um, make sure you're able to let your voice be heard at the poll. Get out and vote. Texas, we're up. Tomorrow morning, we are up. I've seen where in Georgia they said it took anywhere from 3 to 4 hours or something to vote in Georgia. So we we just need to take it. Need to go out there and wait patiently, and um and definitely let our voice be heard. If you have the opportunity of voting early, definitely go out and vote. Don't wait until November the 3rd because it's going to be a madhouse. So go vote early. Let your voice be heard. I'm going, as for me and my household, we're going to vote tomorrow. So um, we will be going to vote. And if we have to wait in line, we just have to wait. So if for some reason I come on late tomorrow, you know why. But hopefully it's not that bad. I'm able to get in, no matter how long it take. I've been saying for months, I don't care if I have to wear a hazmat suit and some cowboy boots. I'm gonna be there. I'm going to vote. I'm gonna let my voice be heard because we need to get that clown and his circus out of the White House. So welcome everyone to the show. I will find the number and put it up in case you have problems voting, no matter what state you're in. You can call this number and be able to um, get some help. And they will send someone out there to find out what's going on. So that's what we're gonna hit on today. Early voting, and if you are in a state that have already started early voting, hey, let us know how your experience been, because this election is very important. I know we heard many times before, vote like your life depend on it, but this time it really do. It do depend on it this time because we have a fool in the White House that don't care about nobody but himself. So that's why we really need to take a stand and make sure we get out and vote. So here's the number. The stream is moving slow. If you have problems at the polls, you could definitely call this number and they can provide help for you. They can provide help for you, have someone come out there to make sure the problem is taken care of. So this morning, T-Cal said exactly, and whoever want 4 more years of this must be crazy. Exactly. They have to be crazy because, shoot, we could barely take it day by day right now because what he's doing, he's putting us all at risk. And before we get into that, yeah, I was going to talk about this yesterday, and I was looking back over my notes, and I decided, okay, I'll go ahead and say it today. But I don't know if y'all heard about the brother out of Las Vegas, I believe it was. Child was locked in a hot car, and he didn't want the police to break the window to get his child out. Unfortunately, the baby lost their life. And he said he didn't want them to break the window for the simple fact he just bought the car and he couldn't afford to get that window replaced. And for I don't understand that. Um, it's really crazy. You value a window compared to your child life. That don't make sense to me. Um, but he was arrested, so he'll have plenty of time to think about it, and which he should. I feel like he should get the same sentence that innocent baby got. Um, Baby got life because ooh, because you did not want to break a window to save your child life. So you basically sentenced that child to death when you should receive the same thing. That child was innocent. You the one that locked the key in the car. And you telling the police, don't break the window, don't break the window. Yeah, I'm sure Big Bubba is enjoying you. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos. Welcome to the show. Yeah, that is messed up. It's really messed up. That's what I say on air. It's messed up. But in my mind, I want to say some other things. But yeah, it's really messed up. Um, and I don't understand it. I'm not gonna try to understand it. But we have some sick people in the world. And for you to say you prefer not to break the window to save your child's life because you cannot afford to replace the window. And the question is, did you really love the child? I'm just asking. So, well, today was the first day of the Supreme Court confirmation for Amy Barrett. I glanced at it a little bit. um, she sat there for 5 hours to um, wait her turn to speak, and by the look of her eyes, she looked like she was trying not to go to sleep because her mind is made up. I feel like she already know what she's gonna do once she get into that position. Then also, I like the fact that instead of how they normally would do the confirmation, they talk more about healthcare, and they also display some of the people that have lost their life, or some of the ones that were saved by the Affordable Care Act, which I think that was a good way to do it, and letting her know that basically, if you get in that position and decide to vote against the Affordable Care Act, you putting lives at risk. So I think that was a good way of coming across. But unfortunately, you're dealing with uh, anybody who deal with Trump, they don't care. They do not care. Kind of like um, Lindsey Graham. During the hearing, he refused to wear a mask. Now, take it, I believe he tested positive. Um, no, I believe, no, he didn't test positive. I apologize. That was wrong information. He was there at the nomination, and he was close to another Senate that was there also. And the other Senate actually did test positive. He tested positive, and he was there at the hearing also, not wearing a mask. So here it is, all of these people refusing to wear a mask. And they feel like it's going to be, everything is okay. That is their scare tactic that they're trying to use to get votes, because you have so many people talking about, oh, I shouldn't have to wear a mask. I don't need to wear a mask. I'm not sick. The mask don't only save you, but it also saves people around you. So here it is. You have two leaders. I think the other one last name is Lee. I don't know his first name. He did test positive same time Trump did. And Graham, he was close. He only was tested one time. And I believe he brought up that Senator Harris was not there, but she was on a Zoom or something. And Senator Harris had asked if he would take a COVID-19 test, and he refused to. So here it is. These people, they don't care who this virus affects. As long as they get your vote, that's all they're concerned about. Long as you vote for them, they're not concerned about nothing else. They don't care. So you up here trying to give a nominee to someone. Welcome to the show, Antonio Wood. Thank you for watching. I see you come in quite a bit. Thank you for always tuning in and watching the show. You can live chat with us in the chat room. Here it is. Y'all trying to force this confirmation for the Supreme Court nominee of Amy Barrett. But one of the biggest things y'all are trying to get rid of is the health care. And the problem with that is you don't have a replacement. Can you imagine how many people that will affect? Because some of these people that is complaining about the Obamacare, guess what? They're on it. They don't have a replacement. And because they don't have a replacement, guess what? That's going to be millions of people without health care. But you don't care because you're in a position, you get it. You getting free health care. I tax dollar paying for that. But here it is. You want to put people at risk. You want to go out, don't want to wear a mask, and then for okay, exactly. Radio said this is not a confirmation; it's a political appointment. Exactly. They trying to make a point. So it's really crazy how everybody in that camp don't feel like they need to follow the doctor's order. It don't make sense. Kind of like Mark Meadows, the chief, the top man for Trump. He was walking down the hallway. A reporter wanted to interview him. He pulled his mask off. They asked him, well, could you put your mask back on? He put it back on and said, I don't want to interview. kept going, kept going. And I'm like, I don't understand this. At this point, uh, okay, people say at this point, somebody who's not wearing a mask today, they not gonna do it. What's going on, Eva Donkey? I tried to respond to you, but couldn't. I don't know if you have your page private or not. So if it's private, I cannot follow you back, and I won't be able to respond to you. But the comments you talked about, it should be on there. I had to go through to approve it first. Certain language you cannot put up there. Certain things you cannot put on the page. It will block it. Um, but okay. Um, but the whole thing is, a lot of these people, they do not want to um, protect themselves. They want to feel like nothing would happen to them. And then today, um, I believe it's going on now. Trump is in Florida at a rally. And looking at the news, they were saying a lot of people didn't have their mask. So now here it is. It's a week since he was released from the hospital. And at first they were saying you need a quarantine for at least 10 days. And they're saying he's not testing positive right now, but they don't know how long that will hold up for. He can easily get it back. And because he's 74, you playing Russian roulette. You're really playing with fire, for the simple fact you're trying to pretend like everything is okay. And instead of just being honest with yourself and honest with American people, because we need strong leaders that is going to be straight up honest with us and not tell us lies, and not just to be for one particular type of people. So that's what's on my mind tonight. You could talk about whatever is on your mind. Um, uh, Eva Donkey, I know you are a Trump supporter. How do you feel about him holding rallies? Are you okay with it? Knowing that he just left the hospital a week ago. Um, I want to know. I know we get a lot of other Trump supporters in here that come through. You more than welcome to express your opinion, long as you are respectful. I have no problem with your views on politics or anything like that, as long as you are respectful. That's an open platform. Ooh, excuse me. Water was good. Just got it at the freezer. But so it's so much that is going on in the world that we really need to pay attention to, along with um, um, I went hunting today with a coronavirus. If it the dude nowhere is here, okay, no problem, no problem. Pray. I know you said you had it in the past. No, it was somebody else said they had it in the past, but hopefully, everything work out that you were you able to kill anything. What were you hunting for? Um, so that you get what you was looking for. Um, so it's so much going on in the world. People today, um, they're really okay. Uh, T Cal said that's real bold. Be safe.
That's the only thing I can say. Um, be safe because I don't know. I'm skeptical about being around big crowds right now. Um, it's it's not good, and I understand it was just the two of you, and um, but still, it's not good. It's not good at all. Um, I couldn't do it. I would love to go hunting. My family has some land out east, and I would love to go out there to go hunting. But also, along with that land, there's also some rattlesnakes out there. So, uh, and it's still hot here in Texas. So, um, I'll wait. And I will wait on that one. Um, but hopefully, y'all had pretty had a pretty good time. Hopefully, you don't catch it, and hopefully, you're free and healed from it. Because once you get it, it's like a 50-50 shot. Um, and while we're speaking about the coronavirus, I know I spoke, I think it was um, last week, I think they said there was some hot states where the numbers have increased. And I said at the time, Texas was not on there. Well, it came out today. Now, Texas is one of those states that have uh, an increase in numbers, an increase in the hospital stays. And here it is. In Texas, a lot of bars can open back up today. Dallas County chose not to. Tarrant County decided to open back up. And in the interview, the guy actually said he don't see no problem with it. The bed, I think he said it was 15% um, more than what they would like. As for people being admitted into the hospital for the virus, but he was okay with opening the bars back up. So I'm like, cool. Radio asks, what is the coldest to get in Texas? It's a flip of a coin. In Texas, we have a thing to say: if you don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes, it'll change. I think yesterday we was like 97 or 98. Today, I think we was in the high 70s or 80s. Tonight's supposed to be 53. We on a roller coaster this week. Supposed to be, I think, 90 something tomorrow. Then drop down to 70 for a couple of days. Then it's gonna shoot back up. Then it's gonna shoot back down. Climate, climate control. It's crazy. Um, with Texas, it's really hard to say because we could be during Thanksgiving or Christmas. It could be cold, or it could be 80, 90-degree weather. Normally, February is when it really get cold. We have a chance for ice, but it's hard to say. Um, we have had some bad weather, but it's been years since it was really bad. We could get down to uh, single digits. So um, it just really depends on how Mother Nature feel at that time. Because years ago we had problems where cars actually got stuck out on the highway from ice, and they couldn't stay there for days, and it basically shut everything down in Dallas. So it just depends on how Mother Nature feel that day. If everything going good, we can have a beautiful day. If not, it could be different. I know, what, about 4 years ago, We had a white Christmas in Dallas. In San Antonio, it was like 80 degrees. So it just depends on where you are. And we don't know. That's why it's very concerning about the increase in numbers as we moving into the flu season, because now we have the coronavirus, we had the flu season, and you're not going to be able to determine which one you have, um, like you normally would. And a lot of people are going to be going to the doctors thinking that, hey, do I have corona or do I have a flu? You're really not going to know. And speaking of that, that's like the UK. They getting hit hard. And I've been saying for a couple of weeks now, they're going back on lockdown. But now it's even worse now. So it's we talked about last night about um Trump saying he couldn't get the virus anymore. Well, that's not true. I seen on the news earlier where someone have caught it again. They got it early on. I think in August they got it again. Uh, well, yeah. Imagine a world with a virus so deadly. When you get it, you don't know if it's just the flu. You don't. You don't. It have flu-like symptoms, but it could be a lot worse. That's why it's best to know your body, know what's good for you, what's not good for you. And if you, at some point, a lot of us have gotten a cold or got the flu, and we just we know the seasons when we normally get those things, and unfortunately, right now we don't know what's what. Um, Hold on, got a text. Um, okay. Yeah, somebody text me trying to respond back to them real quick. Um, but it's you really not going to be able to know which is which, and that's the bad part about this whole thing. And it can hit you much quicker when you had a coronavirus. From what I've been told and what I've heard, it can hit you much quicker. You won't know, and a lot of time, by the time you know, you're very bad off. Some people um, have very little experience and symptoms from it, and some it hit them right away. What I do, I'm getting back to the routine because I did get relaxed. Uh, I did get relaxed after a while. When it first started, um, one of my doctors was telling me, take your vitamin C's and your regular vitamin C, and also drink your hot tea. And I kind of flacked up on it. So now I'm getting to the point to start back drinking my hot tea. Had one, um, I guess about an hour ago. Drunk me a nice hot turmeric tea, and it's pretty good, and that help break any mucus up in your body, that heat. So even when you take a shower, yeah, you should enjoy life. You definitely should do that. Um, Even when you take a shower, let that water run on your back for a while. If you have mucus in you, it'll help break it up. It will help break it up. So, also with Trump, I don't know if y'all heard this the other day, but congratulations to the Lakers for winning the championship. But Trump did an interview last week um, on what is that food name? Um, I forgot his name. Was it Rush Limbaugh? Yeah, I think it was. Did an interview on him on his show last week. Called um, LeBron James a nasty hater. Um, Said he was the spokesperson for the Democratic Party, and said several years back he actually um, endorsed Hillary Clinton. And then he went on, and see, this is a problem for me because what type of leader is gonna kind of joke like this? He went on to say, "Oh, him and Hillary took a picture together, and she came up to his knees. That wasn't a good look for her. I wonder how did Bill feel about that picture." And I'm like, really? But that's the type of leader that we have. The one that don't care. When he talked about grabbing women by the JJ, um, and then he make a comment like that, and Rush had asked him, said, "What you mean?" And he did, said it again, and they both laugh about it. And I'm like, man, that's really crazy. Um, exactly. If he can't handle the pandemic, what will happen if a virus that is more deadly? That's why we can't have them for 4 more years. There's no way we could survive because he haven't tried to come up with a cure for this virus that we're currently in. And do you think he would come up with a resolution for the next 4 years? He's not going to do it. He don't care. As people say, he's 74. In his eyes, he lived his life. He know he's on a slippery hill. Um, so because of his age, he just at that age where he really don't care. He don't care what happened to him. Don't care about what happened to nobody else. Because he been here for 74 years. And according to him, it been a good life, not paying taxes. So it's no way he can handle a deadly virus. If no, I haven't. No, I haven't. Q, is that exactly? His brother did pass away not too long ago, and of course, the cause of death was not revealed. Um, it wasn't revealed, but it's we will never know, not unless someone um, come out and say something about it. But I don't think we will ever know. Um, oh, you talking about the Q conspiracy? I'm not about conspiracy. I'm all about facts. Um, so I'm all about facts. If it's a factual thing, yes, I don't mind discussing it. Matter of fact, radio. I did catch that show they talked about the other day. My family or whatever show they recommended on Netflix the other day. I did catch 2 episodes. I didn't realize it was a series, and that was a eye opener, and it make you wonder how much of it is true, And I think it was Nick Mitchell that brought it up. Him and A. Thornton. They brought it up last night. So I did watch the first two episodes. It's a total of either 4 or 5 episodes on there. And it looked like it's going to be up to 7. So it was interesting. Um, so that was interesting. Eva Donkey, have you ever heard of? I think it's called My Family, if I'm not mistaken. They talked about it last night on Netflix. Have you ever heard that show? Um, I think it was My Family. I will have to pull it up and see. Um, uh, the term conspiracy theories was created by the CIA to slander what used to be called truth seeker, to discredit people who look into what they're doing behind closed doors. Um, it, it, it may be some truth to that. Like I said, I don't have the knowledge of it, but it may be some truth to it. You said you haven't seen that series. It was interesting because A. Thornton and um, and Nick Mitchell, I believe that was his name last night. They talked about it last night, and it was um, okay. I would definitely look it up. Um, they talked about it last night, and it's a series on Netflix. And if somebody who was on the show last night that listened to the show remember the name of it, definitely put it in the chat. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was a show on Netflix that was very interesting. You know what? I think I wrote it down because when they said it, I put it in the book I keep. Oh, it's called Duff Family, not My Family, Duff Family, um, on Netflix. So it was pretty interesting last night. Like I said, I only got through 2 episodes, um, and it was I was like, wow. Um, it it's it's about guess each episode about an hour long, so it was interesting. But I said I'm gonna have to finish the other two because it will make you think about it and the way they bring it across. How they was talking about how Washington run. Uh, Let me. My family, yeah, the family, yeah, the family. Um, yes, that's it. Chaos, radio. That's it. The family, and very interesting show. I believe it's like 4 or 5 episode on there, and I think it's gonna go up to 7 because they had the trailer on there for 7, and it's only like 4 or 5 episodes on there. So it'll make you think a little bit about how Washington is ran. I don't agree with the fact of them talking about people that get in these positions are the chosen one. And I don't agree with that because some people lie and steal just to get in these positions. Um, Radio said, I believe in the saying 3 people can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Chandra. And welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Look like you tuning in on Periscope. Welcome to the show. My first time seeing you coming on. Definitely, it's a live show, and you can chat with us on the show during the show. So, welcome to the show. Uh, where are you located? What state? Um, yeah, you definitely always have to be wary of false prophet because uh, people will say anything to win you over. But with what I've seen, I do not believe um, them telling these people they are the chosen one. This is my personal opinion. Um, because some of these people, it's not fit to be in there. Okay, Michigan in the house. Welcome. I have a story about Michigan. Ooh, long time ago. The secret society thing is true. They wanted me to join up. Weird stuff. People hanging out in purple robes. Nope, I wouldn't be able to do it. That sounds like a cult to me. No, mm-mm, I can't do it. Now I know there are some that are very secret. That is on. Um, that is pretty much equal around everybody because um, exactly. I feel the same way. Um, I feel the exact same way. Um, because I know there are some um, uh, organization is very secretive. Once you get in it, you cannot say anything about it. Um, and that's how it is. And particular, uh, I was watching a movie years ago, and it was one of those old movies um, where they was basically killing our ancestors, and in this one particular movie, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Um, this white guy who was friends with a black guy, and just so happening in this particular organization, the black guy was a member of it too, and because of that, it saved the black guy's life. So it's interesting. So QQ is trying to kill out of course Republican or Democrat. Q's want the people to rule themselves. Um, I don't I don't know enough about it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know too much about uh, those particular organizations. But I do know there are a lot of secret societies that is very private, and the only way you get in unless you know somebody who's in there, or if somebody just so happen to know you and they like what you stand for. So, um, so that's all I know about it. But I couldn't do it because I just don't believe in letting people rule me like that. Pick and choose what I can and can't do, where I could go, who I could talk to, and what I can say and can't say. That's not me. Uh, no, I can tell you now, I won't. I won't like it. Nah, not my cup of tea. I won't like it. Guarantee that. I love my freedom. Being able to do all the things I want to do and not having to look over my shoulder when I get ready to do it. So I I could guarantee you I wouldn't like it. Wouldn't like it at all. Um, but hey, it may work out for you. Uh, um, I, once again, anything dealing with an organization like that to try to rule me, mm-mm, I can't be a part of it. No, I couldn't do it personally. So Because I'm very outspoken. I'm you try to control me. I'm a grown man, so that's not exactly. And the problem with it, most of them you have to live with them. I'm a very private person, and I'm not. Mm-mm, that's not me. I wouldn't. No, no way in hell I'd do that. Nope, I'm good. Uh, so I love my private times, and when you're in organizations like that, you lose all of that because you lose your identity. You're given a identity that they want you to have. I'm not gonna do that. So no, wouldn't work out too good for me. I probably spent about a good 2 minutes in it, if that long. Um, a good 2 minutes. They'll be like, "No, you too much work." Exactly. No, but if it works for you, that's great. That's great. Like I told you, each his own. Um, so no, I don't. That's the key. Um, I don't. He said you sell your soul for worldly material possessions and power. No, I don't. If you really knew me, you'll be like, man, Kurt Dawes so simple. He's laid back kind of guy. One thing about me, materialistic things, that don't do nothing for me. Uh, okay, okay. I thought you was talking about me. I was like, all right. Um, okay, they sold. Well, a lot of people will. It'll work for a lot of people if they find the right ones. I just cannot do it. I won't do it. No, I won't do it. So so it's definitely um it it's a lot of people that can get into it. And actually, while we're talking, um, that's kind of like what Trump kind of seemed like that's what Trump is trying to do. Um, and reason why I say that because when he speak hate and at his rallies, when he reposts certain things, people saying white power, or he's telling the Proud Boys to stand down and stand by. That's kind of like a cult to me because what happened, these people are driven on what he's saying. That's what that's the message that he's sending out, the message of hate. And it shouldn't be like that. No leader should be preaching or should be uh, giving the free world a message of hate, knowing the history of America. No president should be doing that because of the history of America. If anything, we should be coming together. We should want to make America great. I'm not going to say again because it never have been great for a lot of people. It only been great for certain people, and I'm not one of them. So, yeah, we should be working to try to make America great, but it's not. Um, um, see, you trying to make me go somewhere, but I'm not. You would never see me at one of his rallies. You wouldn't. Nah. Mm-mm. Um, he basically, um, no, that'll never happen. Mm-mm. Hell no. I appreciate the invitation, but mama didn't raise no fool. Um, hey, I'm learning. I'm learning what I need to know from a distance. So now I would, mm-mm. Because first of all, I've already told you the problem I have in the first place. When I started to hear Trump speak, I'll fall asleep. So if I go to one of his rally and fall asleep, that's not gonna be good. I probably wake up assed out, uh, and just everything gone. So nah, I'm good. I appreciate the offer, but no, I never go to one. What I see on the videos, on the news, that's good enough for me. Um, mm-mm. I don't know. Maybe radio. Will you go in my place? Um, I just couldn't do it. Nope, that wouldn't be good. Mm-mm. Y'all will see me up on the news talking about he came up missing. Nope. Like I said, I'm very outspoken, and I figured you would go in my place. They would accept you a little bit better than me. So, because the first time somebody say something crazy to me, it's going to be a problem. Um, um, that's your choice. That's your choice. But even today, like I said last night on the show, lately have been Democrat rallies and Trump rallies happening at the same time at the same place. So that's a recipe for disaster. It's not going to end well. So talked about last night where guy got upset. This lady passed by the Biden and Harris supporters. Lady passed by with a dog. No problem. The Biden Harris supporter showed the dog some love, rubbed the dog, rubbing on him. The woman didn't have a problem. But as soon as she got over there to the Trump side, one guy had a problem. Don't you be touching that effing dog. And then he started to attack them and also flip their table over and everything. See, I don't have that type of patience. And then um I forgot what city it was in. I think it was um I forgot which city it was, but a security guard shot and killed the guy over the weekend. Once again, you have a Trump rally and you have a Biden Harris or BLM rally at the same time, same place. Why? Because it's like people are hoping something pop off. And basically, this guy got upset because of they was having a rally. They had words. The guy reached off and slapped the guy. Then he proceeded to spray the guy with some bear mace. And the guy pulled this his peacemaker and shot him. Shot and killed him. Now the guy's up on murder charges. Now, my opinion, I feel like the guy probably, it's a good chance he may get off for the simple fact there's pictures and I think it's video of this guy coming up slapping him and then spraying this mace at him. He didn't care if the guy had asthma or anything. He already unflapped him. So the guy defended himself. So this is the society that we live in, and because we have a leader that talk about hate so much and encourage it, that's the problem we're having. It shouldn't be like that. People are a bit nuts in 2020. The smart people lay back and watch the show. I got my popcorn and my cola. There you go. So with that being said, we need to come together as people and really put the political views to the side and look at the fact of what people are saying and what they are doing. Because in reality, if everybody take a look at what Trump is doing, regardless if you support him political, look at all the lives he putting at risk. Look at all the lives that have died. We're over 200,000 lives that have been lost here in America by itself. So if people really look at that and ask yourself, is that the type of leader you want? Somebody who's more concerned about themselves instead of what's best for us? A person that lied to us? What do you think will happen if you don't pay your taxes? They coming to get it. They're going to go in your bank account and take what they want. But here it is. Trump played the system for 10 to 15 years and only paid $750 twice. But he claimed he's a billionaire. He claims he a great businessman, but also have filed bankruptcy 6 or 7 times. So that's not a great businessman. That's not a billionaire. And to avoid from paying your taxes, it don't make you smart. It make it that you a liar and a thief. So let me try to catch up on some of these messages. Radio said Trump holds rally for his own benefit to feed that black hole of no self-esteem he lives in. He lived with his whole life. Yes. T. Cal said we do. We do need to come together. Eva Donkey said to me, it was like a light switch. Like just then, everyone went bananas. Yes, we didn't have this before Trump got into office. We didn't. It was there, but it wasn't outspoken the way it is. And the problem is, it may take years before people calm down. That's the problem. That's the problem. I would love to get some Trump supporter and some Biden Harris supporter together on the show and be respectful and hear both sides of their views to see why do you support this person? Because it's not safe for no one. It's not. I'm not just talking about the pandemic, because now we have people that is so angry, they don't care who you are. If they don't like something about you, they will come up and just take you out. So that's the type of leadership that Trump is. When he made the comment, he could shoot and kill somebody in the middle of the street up in New York and nothing would happen. That's not a good leader. That's why we need to get rid of him, because he's only making it worse for everybody. I've seen some of the most calmest people in the world that that I know personally. But the last couple of months, listening to them talk, they angry. They angry. And that's not the type of people that normally get upset about anything. But now, because of the leadership we have, it's a problem. It's a problem. Let me try to catch up. I have a lot of message came in. Um, Eva Donkey said, that's what I'm trying to do here, talking it out with one on the flip side. Yes, that's why I told you the first night you came on, I said, hey, you don't have to leave. You have your opinion. And probably one thing you could do, invite some of your friends that have the same opinion like you, and we can have this open dialogue. We can do this. We can talk. We can agree to agree or not agree. That's kind of like when you was talking about the Q secret society. I told you I don't know enough about that. I don't get involved in those things. Um, and those taxes haven't been officially released. Wait, don't jump to a conclusion. Well, because of what I'm going about, also with what Trump said. Trump said, I'm smart not to have to pay them. And not only that, he's saying that he's been audited, but the Internal Revenue Service saying with him being audited, he can still release what he have, but he won't. I feel like they need to change the laws. Any president in the future need to release their taxes before they get on the ballot, point blank. Because why are we going to have you come in not paying taxes, but then you're going to run the free world? No. Eva Donkey said, wait till the official report. Everyone need to watch Blazing Saddles instead of the F down. Well, it may be a good movie. He laughed. I got a bogey piece. All right, thank you for tuning in. Vinny Gambino, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. I'm a weed. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. You can live chat with us. This is a live show. You can chime in. I just ask you be respectful to everyone's views. You have your own views about whatever you want to talk about. Tonight, we talked about early voting starting. We also talked about early voting started in most states today. It started here in Texas tomorrow. We also talked about Trump holding a rally tonight. Talked about Mark Meadows refusing to wear a mask to do an interview, and also Lindsey Graham. Yeah, I see it. So definitely, you're able to talk. Whatever's on your mind, it's an open platform. Long as you are being very respectful, that's all. All lies, but regardless of, matter of fact, where are you watching from? I know you're on Periscope. What state are you in, or what country? Definitely let us know, for we could kind of like to know where people coming from. We have people from Italy, and also from Canada, neighbors up north. So definitely keep tuning in. Tell a friend, share it, like it, click the notification. Where when we come on live, you can always chime in. You may agree with us, may not agree with us. That's fine. That's what this platform is built for. But we definitely Tonight, it's Monday night. It's I'm just kind of curious the how this rally is going to work out for Trump, because Florida is already a hot state with high numbers of COVID-19. Here it is, just a week after he was released from the hospital, and he's going to hold this rally. And mainly, what I've been hearing mostly, the reason why he's trying to get back on the campaign trail is basically because he's behind the polls. He's actually far behind the numbers, behind Biden on the polls. And here it is. I said it last night. Please do not write your name in or somebody else's name in, because we have people out here that would do stuff like that. And if you do that, that's automatic a vote for Trump. And we cannot deal with him for the next 4 years. That's why Eva Donkey, was it Eva or was it Radio, mentioned that, I think it was Radio, mentioned that he cannot handle a pandemic. How would it be if it's something really major? It will be bad. He don't have a plan. He still don't have a plan today with everything that is going on. He don't have a plan of how we're going to get out of this. He don't care. That's why he's still holding rallies. And that's another thing. Now they canceled the debate, but he don't want to hold a rally. He's holding a rally, but he don't want to do another debate. Why? If you're good enough to go out here and hold a rally, you should be good enough to do a debate. Why you won't? I know he said he didn't want to hold a virtual debate. It shouldn't matter. It should not matter, because what you did was you went out there on the last one. You showed your tail, came out there being a bully, didn't want to stop once your time was up, and he's scared that if it's virtual, what's going to happen, they basically going to cut his mic off, and he won't be able to keep doing like he did last time. So, yeah, I feel like they should it should be mandatory that they do a debate. Let him do a debate, because he have us in this pandemic. If it have to be virtual, let it be virtual. All to it. Just man up. Man up. Be a man for a change, because you're not one. You always want to bully people and force people to do whatever you want them to do. Let's man up, debate, honest debate, not this playground child arguing back and forth. Let's be honest with it. Come out here and talk about what you're gonna do. But when you don't have a plan, you cannot come out there and do that. Only thing you're gonna do is try to fast talk your way out of it, bully your way out of it to try to make yourself look good. But when it's all said and done, you scared. You just a big old bully. That's all it is. So yeah, have the debate. If you could go out to rallies, do the debate. Let's have the debate. Don't cancel it. Put it out there. Let's debate. You doing these rallies? Radio said Trump has shown that he cannot handle any complex problem. His strategy is to ignore it and hope it just goes away. Not the quality you want to see and the president. Exactly. And some people unfortunately don't understand that, because once this man said he lied to us about this pandemic, how do you think all the people that have lost loved ones felt? It been too many lives lost during this pandemic. And I'm not going to say all of them was due to the virus, but a lot of people died alone for the simple fact they families were not able to go there to be by their side. And we're talking about a president that don't care. He don't care. Why? It don't affect him. When he had it, he had people all around him. It was people in the room with him. That's something that most of us would never have. If any of us got sick, had to go to the hospital, I know here in Texas, they only allow one person per day to visit you. That's it. One person. And you cannot switch them out. Once that one person come that day, you can't leave and let somebody else come in. That's the only person that can visit for that day. No one else can come that day. That's how it is here in Texas. So when you have somebody that is sick from the coronavirus or whatever the medical condition may be, and unfortunately, if they pass away, the only ones that are there are the nurses and doctors. And sometimes they might be able to FaceTime someone. Exactly. Exactly. He asked, could you imagine if Obama during the financial crisis came out and said this is just too hard to deal with? I'm out. They would have, if he did anything like that, President Obama wouldn't. He would have had to move to Mars or somewhere, because they would talk about him so bad. Talked about his family, which they did that anyway. They did that anyway. So it wouldn't be good. So it's not that this I don't know. I think um Trump is going to go down in history, and it's not a good history. It's not. It's not a good history, because with Trump, it's not good. He's going to go down in history as the worst president, the worst, uh, the top bully of the world, however you want to call it. It's not going to be good for Trump. And I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. But Trump, he need a rude awakening. He need one. Uh, I'm like this: when they said he tested positive, yeah, I prayed for him. I prayed that he came out with a testimony, came out where God changed his heart and he would speak the truth. But instead, he decided not to do that. And It's only a limited time when God gonna keep allowing you to go against Him. He's gonna give you that opportunity to do what's right, and once He tired, He's gonna be like, forget you. It's over. So hopefully Trump get his act together and start doing the right thing. First thing he could do now is stop uh, giving speech of hate. Stop doing that. Then here it is. It's been since March since um, some people haven't gone back to work. Some have. Are the ones that have gone back to work? They not making as much money as they were. They lost their homes, can barely pay their bills, and you holding up a stimulus package to help these people. Been talking about another stimulus since March. It's October. It's October. But you okay. And you okay because we're paying your salary. You're not paying your taxes. And everything you want is free. That was one thing I like about President Obama. When he went out and shop, him or First Lady Michelle went out to Target and shop for their personal need, they used their own credit card, not the one that was issued to them. They used their own money, which I think that's a good leader. I don't know of any other past president that done that. I know we had issues with our Senate and Congress having overusing their credit cards years back, so that was a problem. Um, oh Lord, no, I probably fell asleep during that interview because that's not true. It's not true. Did you see that interview where Trump boosted that the U.S. had the fewer cases than the world? No, we're actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think we had the highest cases of COVID-19 right now. Even with the second wave coming through the UK, I believe we still have the highest number. Because, matter of fact, I think let me check and see. I don't want to be wrong. Uh, Let me pull this up and see. So, worldwide, it had been 37.7 million, 26.2 recovery, 26.2 million recovery, and 1.08 million death. Now, the U.S. the U.S. have had 7.83 million cases, and that's the highest that I'm seeing on anyone. 215,000 deaths. So he basically lied about that. Only thing he had to do was do what I did, Google it. It'll come up. And let me see where the UK is located. And this was just updated less than 50 minutes ago. Now the UK have 618,000 cases and 42,875 deaths. So See, I could not interview Trump. I could not do it for the simple fact if Trump came to me and said some BS like this, I will call him out. I will call him out right up front. I'll be like, Trump, why are you lying? Why are you lying? Because I said it a couple of weeks ago. I said, some of the reporters need to call him out when he lying. Just call him out and say, hey, that's not true. That's why I said I like Chris Wallace, because he was correcting him on interviews, but Chris Wallace did not do a very great job on the moderator for the debate. I think he needed a little bit more control. But I also feel like when he interviewed Trump one-on-one, he corrected Trump on that, on things that he was saying that was incorrect. And that's what we need. All reporters need to do that. And I will tell you what would happen if they did that. If they all came on one accord and started to call Trump out on his lies, Trump will refuse to give any more interviews. I feel like Twitter need to cut him off. Need to say, you know what? We suspending your account. It don't make no sense for you to continue to lie like that. Kind of like the tweet I talked about last night with Trump. One of our local stations just picked it up today. They talked about it today on the news at 5 and 6. So talked about how Twitter flagged Trump for that comment, saying he was immune to the COVID-19. So they need to hold him accountable. They need to call him out when he's wrong. Don't wait and talk about it later. Do it at that point. That's how you get people to stop lying. Because if you start calling them out at that time, they're going to be like, hold on, I can't blow smoke up this person, but I have to do what's right. I have to say the right thing. If you call them out and hold them accountable and force him to say, hey, well, maybe that's not true. Well, that's not true. Hold them accountable. Instead of sugarcoating it and trying to fall up in his webs of lies, and just call him out. Just tell him like it is. Hey, man, that's not true. According to this report, I'm going to say that's a lie. We leading everything, and it don't make sense. Out of all the countries in the world, it's 37.7 million total cases, and we have 7 million of those. So how are we lowers behind anyone? So that's not true. And to be honest with you, what I'm looking at is probably going to be at 38 by tomorrow, because it's 37,989,708. So it's probably going to be at 38 million new cases tomorrow worldwide. So, and our numbers continue to go up. And when our leaders continue to want to open bars up, it's crazy. That's kind of like with me. I have a lot of followers. People post videos. They out partying at bars, at clubs, and I'm like, okay, I don't like those pictures. For the simple fact, I'm not gonna like them. And why are you out partying like that? We're still in a pandemic. You popping ballers and throwing dollar bills. I'm like, no, that's not the time for it. So, but hey, that's what's on my mind. I'm like, nope, I cannot do it. That's why it's very important that we get out and vote smart. Go to I want to say it's 411 voter or voter 411. Pull it up and .org, and you can find out about the candidates that is on your ballots. You can find out who they support, what they stand for, and uh, so definitely go there. Uh, Man, we're all expecting a second wave. And matter of fact, they told us um, back in March we was expecting a second wave, and I think at one point they said we was in a second wave at that time. But now it's really finna get bad. Um, uh, I'm trying. Oh, that's why it didn't go through. I'm trying to um the website. Voter 411, vote 411 is the website. You can find out by the state and find out about the candidates that's on the ballot. You can also pull up um, pull up your local ballots, print them out, do your homework on each one of those candidates that is in your district, and find out what they stand for, and go ahead and use your sample ballot for who you're going to vote for, because when you go to the poll you can take that sample ballot to look at, and it can speed up your time in the poll. So definitely take advantage of that. T-Cal said an even stronger second wave. Yes, it's going to be terrible, especially with the way the weather going to be here in Texas this week. Like I said, yesterday we were like 97. Today, I think it was like 80, high 70s, 80s or something like that. Tonight, get down to 53. I think we're supposed to be in the 90s tomorrow. Then for a couple of days, we're going to be in the 70s. I think they even said um, maybe getting down to the 40 tomorrow night and the night after. So it's going to be strange. That's climate control, something that Trump don't believe in, and climate change. So that's something else we have to be concerned about. What all the way that the weather is today is terrible. Um, I remember back in the days, it never failed. The day after Thanksgiving, it used to either snow or sleet fell back in the days here in Dallas. Now, you don't know when it's going to come. Um, exactly. I hope they do too. And I hope everybody is taking notes about everyone that is in these positions that are putting your life at risk, because they are. When they refuse to wear a mask, they refuse to. Uh, if they following everything Trump say, get them out of office. That's the best way of saying it. Whatever state you in, if your leaders are following everything Trump say, please vote to get them out, and encourage people that you know that, hey, we need to get them out, because Trump is not going to be good at all. Because Trump don't care. He really don't. He don't. That's why I say it all the time. Um, Eva Donkey, when he first came on, he's a Trump supporter, diehard Trump supporter. And I told him the first night he came on, you don't have to run. You can stay. We can have an open dialogue. We can talk. We may not agree on everything, but I'm going to respect you. You respect me. And we can have a great dialogue. So hopefully he invite more people that can listen, and hopefully it'll help change their mind about some things. Because I know for myself, being a black man, a lot of people already is intimidated about me just because I'm black and also because I'm a big man. And I'm one of the most coolest people you would ever meet. I'm I'm laid back, I'm chill, I don't cause no problem, but I also don't deal with BS. We can talk all day long. As long as you respecting me, I'm gonna respect you. But if you cross that line, I don't know. I'm gonna say what I have to say, and then I'm gonna move on. And that's all to it. I'm very outspoken. I be try to be very respectful when I say things, and I'm very firm on some things I may say. And when it come down to that point, it's like, hey, we either gonna agree or disagree, and we're gonna move around because I'm not gonna sit up and argue with no one. I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm gonna keep moving. Excuse me. Um, Water is good for the body. So, um, but definitely, we welcome everyone on here, regardless of what platform you're looking at. You can chat live with us. Um, Even if you're saying hi, you could just say hi. We on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope. I said Twitch, but Periscope, D Live, and Smashcast. I believe it is. I need to spend more time on those two platforms. I'm on there, but I don't get a chance to go on there as much. But you can always chat live with us during a live show and send your comments in. Regardless of what it is, even if you have a show idea, um, let me know. We can always speak on it. We're gonna be welcome to the show, Chris Tuttle. Thank you for tuning in. He's actually on Periscope. Thank you for tuning in. Uh, what state are you in? If you don't mind me asking, what state or country are you in? Because we have people that listen all over, and we are live on the show. So no matter what you want to talk about, this is a open platform. Long as you are respectful to everyone, we have no problem. Um, Tonight we've been talking about early voting started today in Georgia and I believe a couple other states. Um, it started here in Texas tomorrow. We talked about that. We talked about the first day of the Supreme Court confirmation. Mark Meadows, Lindsey Graham, and also Trump holding a rally in Florida. Oh, you're in Connecticut. Man, I have stories about Connecticut. I I drove trucks for over 20 years, so um, the first time I went to Connecticut, it was up in Bridgeport, and I missed my turn. Now take it, I have a 53-foot trailer. Missed my turn. I said, "Oh, I could go around the block and come back." Yeah, I have some very small streets up there. Let's just say that I was able to get through without tearing up anything, but y'all roads are very small up in Bridgeport, and they not truck friendly. But when you have a good driver that is patient, you can get through it. So, but welcome to the show. Definitely always tune in. Click the notification for whenever we come on. You can definitely know. We're normally live on uh, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, and on Thursday, we're on with Miss Risky on Thursday nights. So, and you can always chat live with us, no matter if it's a subject we're talking about or if it's something else you want us to talk about. This is a platform that we give people the opportunity to express themselves, and there's no judgments. So definitely be a part of the show. Feel free to have an open dialogue with us. If you want to talk about one of the subjects we've been talking about, that's great. If not, if you just want to sit back and listen, that's cool too. Have y'all started early voting in Connecticut yet? Or I don't know. I know there's a couple of states that you're unable to vote early. You can only vote on election day. And here in Texas, we had the privilege of actually we had the privilege of actually voting early here in Texas. Radio said, "Could you imagine Trump as a truck driver?" No, not at all. Can you imagine? Mm-mm. Nah, I can't on that one. Chris said yes. They have started early voting, which is good. Get it done early to beat the brush on election day. Um, but back to radio. Radio, you know, it's amazing you asked that question, but you would be surprised how many truck drivers that shouldn't be driving trucks at all. Um, I've seen a lot of them. They come out here, they drive. They drive like they drive in a car. They feel like because they drive in a truck, they have the right of way. And you don't. You don't. You have to respect that truck, the road, and you have to drive for everybody around you. You have to pay attention to your surrounding at all times. Driving trucks, when I first got into it, great, loved it. Just being out on the road, uh, just being able to drive and travel all these different places. But it do take a toll on your body. So, and unfortunately, truck drivers is one of the ones uh, that don't get the respect as being truck drivers. And what I mean about that, kind of like when Trump got into office, one of the bills that he signed was taking per diem from truck drivers. That hurt a lot of truck drivers because they would get a per diem every night they was away from home. I think it was like, it's been a while since I done it, about $34 a night or something extra or something like that. Don't quote me on that amount, but they got a per diem every night that's supposed to help them on buying their food, and that wasn't the best thing. So now with Trump, since they took the per diem from them, they unable to claim that on their taxes. So that hurt a lot of them. Um, that's why you have a lot of these trucking companies now talking about, hey, you could be home every night or you could be home every week because drivers are not wanting to be out on the road 2 or 3 weeks at a time anymore if they're not getting that per diem. So, Chris Tutter said, truck drivers need the education of investing their money. Um, Being a truck driver, you do need a good accountant, somebody you can trust. That's gonna, well, it depends on what aspect. If you are a company driver, a lot of time you don't have to worry about your taxes because it's always um, you're always able to do it, but it's not as a lot of trucking company don't have the program where you can actually invest into them or 401k or anything like that. But if you are a owner operator, you definitely need a good accountant, somebody who can keep your books right, keep you out of trouble. Because as a truck driver, as an owner operator, you can actually make very good money. But then you turn around, you have all your expenses, and you need to show receipts for those things. So, um, so it's definitely you definitely need to know your finances because you have to take in consideration. And one of the problems that truck drivers have from being a truck owner myself, I used to. Yes, I used to own 4 trucks. Um, and it's hard. It's hard to find good drivers. But then you also have to be concerned about drivers turn your stuff up. So they turn your equipment up. That costs the owner. You got to pay the fuel, the regular maintenance. You got to pay the driver, all your insurance, and it's bad. And then you have a lot of these companies that don't want to pay the proper rate for drivers because what they do by the time depends on how you get your loads. Because I was a broker and a truck driver on a trucking company too, so depends on how you get your loads. If you're getting it off the load board or if you going directly to the customer. Well, if you're getting it off the load board, that means you're getting it from a broker. Getting it from a broker, well, before whatever price they offer that truck, you can add a good 15 to 25% to that price. Then on top of that, depends on where they got the load from. Because you're not supposed to double broker, but a lot of brokers do it. They turn around and take another. Okay, great. I'll follow you back. They'll take another 10 to 25% off. By the time the money get to the truck drivers, the money is gone. The driver don't make that much money. And if a driver have a flat on the road, that's a minimum of $1,000 to have them come out. Because by the time they pay, they're gonna charge you for the miles there and back to come fix that flat. So with them charging you like that, it's hard out there for truck drivers. Chris said the per diem 80% meal deduction is still there. I don't think it was that much, 80%. I think it was like they didn't do it by percentage. They had a certain amount. I believe it was like $34 every night you're away from home. Don't quote me on that, but I will find out and see to make sure I'm putting out the right information. It been maybe 4, 5 years since no, it been about 6 or 7 years since I've been out of it. So, um, so it's definitely, I know it probably have changed, but I'm going by with what other truck drivers have said and how they money is affected. So, Chaos asked if I own trucks. Yes, I did. Um, Chris said that's right. Truck drivers make good money for a short time and a lot owe back taxes. Yes, yes, that happened a lot. Um, they would owe back taxes. Um, he said, I gave you a follow. I appreciate it. I will follow you back. Uh, Radio said, I like those custom trucks that have a small living apartment in them. Yes. Depends on, I guess you're talking about, okay. You may be right, Chris. I have to go and check it. I haven't looked into it for a while, but I will have to look into it and see. You may be right because it been either six. You know what? I think it been 7 or 8 years since I sold my truck. I gave it up. I said, you know what? Mm-mm. I still have friends call me and ask me if I'm ever going to get back into it as a broker. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. It's an option, but I don't know. I really want to do more things in it. So, um, um, depends on which custom trucks you're talking about. Radio. Um, if you're talking about like a Kenworth, Peterbilt, or the one they say a working man, the Freightliners. Um, Most trucks are pretty roomy. Some come with 2 beds in them. Um, you can put your TV in there, satellite radio, whatever you want to do. Uh, Refrigerator. Actually, a lot of them today come with the refrigerator and all of this, and they are set up nice. It depends on how you take care of it. Now they do have some that are much bigger, and they actually do look like a huge apartment. It may have a restroom in it. It'll have like a little shower. That's one of those big ones. They're custom made, but it's big, and and it's set up like an apartment, and they're really nice, but they are also very expensive. So that's not one of those trucks where you're gonna buy and come home every weekend, every 2 weeks. You're gonna be living in that truck because they are very expensive. Most trucks on a brand new trucks, you're probably gonna pay anywhere from 100 brand new off the lot, 120 on up. Now the one that actually looked like a small apartment that is really huge, yeah, you're gonna be somewhere about 200,000-300,000 and up. As they get very expensive, you're gonna have to stay on the road. That's gonna be your home, and you have to really like the road to be gone all that time. So when I first got into it, I loved it. I didn't mind driving, just rolling. I don't mind driving today, but it's a good thing. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do a show on truckers, um, because I actually have some things I'm considering that some people have talked to me about. So hopefully, I could get a show together with about trucking. I'm in the Dallas area. I'm in Dallas. Um, Chris asked, "Where in Texas are you living?" I'm in Dallas. Are you a truck driver or are you just uh, just know some things about trucks. Um, Radio said I was watching YouTube videos on those trucks. They look cool. They are. There are a lot of great trucks out there, and they're very roomy. When I started, kind of telling my age now. When I started off driving a cab over truck, which they are trying to make a comeback. I didn't like them. I didn't like them for the simple fact when you're driving down the road, um, the way those cab over trucks was made back in the back, the motor was up under the buck, up under the bed, and so that's where your weight was. Um, okay, Chris said he's a CPA. I have experience helping truck drivers with their taxes. That's great. There are truck drivers that listen to the show. They step in every once in a while. So that's a good way of being. And is it your company or you work for a company? Um, but driving a cab over when I started, those cab overs back then, whatever groove was in the road, you went through them. You felt it. So if you got a road that the road is buckled a little bit and know how you driving your car kind of go around through that groove, and the truck, that's how it was when I started driving in a cab over. And I couldn't wait until I got in a conventional, which was great, more room. It was good. So I'm gonna have to do a show on that one night on truck drivers. And I have a friend who is a broker. Talk with him and say if he want to come on and talk about the his experience as a broker. And it's it's a lot. Uh, okay, he said I have a small accounting firm with about 50 clients, and I also work for TurboTax part time. That's good to know. Let's keep in contact. Definitely follow the show. Shoot me your information. I just put my email up so you can have it. Send me an email with your information about your business, and I may know some people that could use your services. So definitely shoot me an email. Um, uh, Radio, if he needs some help about if he have questions about the trucking industry, um, definitely have him reach out to me. Have him reach out to me. I don't mind talking about it. Um, as you can see, I can talk quite a bit. So, um, and yeah, definitely. If he have questions, he can reach out to me. I could try to help him as much as possible. Now, is he just driving up in Canada, or is he coming into the U.S. too? Because I know some companies do come down to Canada, come from Canada to here. Oh, excuse me. Um, Hopefully, both of you got the email. I know Radio have mines. And Radio, I seen that you received your package last week. Um, I checked it before I came on today and seen that you did receive it. So hopefully everything looked good, fit good. So um, uh, hold on. Let me write it down because normally it's best to send me an email. that's the way I can really keep up with it. Um, uh, okay, I got it, and um, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, but we'll talk on offline. Um, I will shoot you an email. Let him know right now. He's not. He's just driving in Canada. Okay, which that's cool. I think it's a company called Canada AM or Canada American that run strictly from Canada to the U.S. and back. Um, which I see a lot of their trucks quite a bit. I don't know about now with the pandemic going on, how that's working out. But yeah, trucking is have always been my passion. Whenever we travel as a child, I was the one that stayed up talking on the CB to truck drivers and just enjoying myself. So, um, but hey, Chris, Radio, T Cal, um, Eva Donkey, um, who else was that? Vinny Gambino, um, and the young lady from Michigan, Chandra. I forgot her last name, Tony Woods, and many others that have came on tonight. If I didn't say your name, just charge it to my mind, not my heart. Um, okay, okay, cool. Um, but I really appreciate everybody coming on tonight. Tomorrow night we will be back 8 p.m. Central Time. Definitely come in, talk with us. Uh, Chris, I'll shoot you an email for you can have my information and we can kind of connect on that. Um, and we can I think I'm gonna do a show about truck driving and because we do have a lot of drivers that listen to us that is all across the world that is on the road that need some good information. Um, so I will shoot you an email. Thank you all for tuning in. Uh, as I say all the time, Texas, we have to get out and vote starting tomorrow. Early voting start tomorrow. Whatever state you're in, if you are having any problems at the polls, um, you can always call 866 our vote or 866-687-8683 if you have any problems and make sure they get solved because you need to let your voice be heard regardless of who you are representing. Definitely get out and vote. And until tomorrow night, I love each and every one of you. Until then, peace.